All right, this isn't the last of this series on recommended books in reading and studying about early African Christianity. My book, Become All Flame, Lent with African Saints. I was not even planning on writing a book. That was the last thing on my mind. I was merely going through the prologue of Orid, writing down the names of different African saints, saints from Egypt, saints from North Africa, writing their stories, putting them into a blog, the Desert Fathers Dispatch, and you will find that blog is still in existence today. And after about 2 years of doing research, the publisher of Parkin Books contacted me and asked, well, Father Deacon, would you like to put a book together based on these stories that you have? And I said, okay, fine. I didn't expect it. And also through this book, I was contacted by the St. Athanasius Academy asking, would you like to teach a class on early African Christianity? And I'm like, all right, I'll do it. What this book is, it's a collection of about 50 different saints that were very influential in Orthodox Christianity and influential because of the great spiritual lives that they led. There's a meditation, there's a scripture for each one of these saints. And for those who are studying Black history, this would be a great thing to add to your collection, because we always talk about, well, Christianity was in Africa before it was in Europe, or Christianity was in Africa the same time it was in Europe. Okay, well, here's a collection, a brief collection of some of those African Christian heroes. And we should learn about them just as we learn about the different pharaohs, or we learn about the Muslim heroes. This book is inspiring, it's enlightening, and of course, I'm tooting my own horn here, but again, it's through Parkin Books, Become All Flame, Lent with African Saints. And the title, Become All Flame, comes from St. Joseph of Pathanias, who was approached by another of the Desert Fathers. And he asked him, well, Father, I say my prayers, I fast, I read, I do good things. What else should I do? And Abba Joseph stood up, stretched out his arms, stretched out his fingers, and then his fingers became flames. And he said, if you wish, you can become all flame. That's my wish for myself, and that's my wish for you, that we would all become all flame. There may be a few other books that I'll recommend later, and I got my Ethiopian Synaxium as well, so I'll probably talk about that too. But for those of you interested in learning more about early African Christianity, I think that these videos that I've given, these recommendations that I've given, will help you, and will help you tremendously. I will be giving my lessons on early African Christianity very soon, so stay tuned to the channel, subscribe. I'm not really asking for money. I want to get the information out here to people so that they will know. God bless. Have a good day.